Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! If you guys could see my hand, what I do is I go, boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available 2018. The album. Wait for it. Spirit fingers. Dad! AF. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every beast. Okay, let's get right into this video. So, it has been an interesting 24 hours researching this video because I am an investigative reporter of the world, okay? No, not at all. But I have heard from several people. I have reached out to several people. I've talked with them about this whole situation. Hi, I'm Bill Curtis. Welcome to another episode of Investigative Reports. Tonight, we'll be discussing the harrowing underbelly of the Jaclyn Hill meet and greet at Ulta. So I have had so many people contact me about this meet and greet, you know? And what's interesting is that all of them were like really had nice interactions, nice things to say. And I'm seeing all of these videos go up. I'm seeing all these people say this stuff about how horrible the meet and greet was, and it was literally like the beauty Tanacon and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, is this true? Like, or are people just constantly coming for Jaclyn Hill? Is that what it is? I mean, at some point it's like, leave the poor girl alone. I know I made a video about her yesterday, but you know, I try to always be fair to the people that I make videos about. So anyway, I wanted to go in here and I wanted to give a fair account of not state fair hair, but I wanted to get all my girlfriends back in the day. They all had the state fair hair. Do you remember that? You hold your hair up like this and then you like blow dry it and hairspray it at the same time. Oh my God, they all had that hair. And the black leather jackets with the fringe on it, and you know, the t-shirt. Misty had the t-shirt, had a horse on it, and said Misty, right? Got it at the state fair, probably. But anyway, no, they all had that. Remember that? And we all smoked clove cigarettes back in the day. Clove cigarettes. They still make those, I think they do. But anyway, so I always like to be fair to the people that I make my videos about. I mean, why wouldn't you? So, I want to go in here and I want to talk about what I found in the last 24 hours from people. Now, my receipts are kind of all over the place because y'all that went to this meet and greet, you some chatty patties just like me. I mean, you wanted to talk and talk and talk. This one person, I'm going to leave them all anonymous, okay? I don't know if they want me to share their information or not, but she sent me pictures of the wristband, pictures of her number on the wristband, the group picture of all of them that slept outside together. Hey, girls. I was like thinking about this back in the day. My friends and I, okay, do you remember Karma Records? If you live in the United States, maybe somewhere in the Midwest, I don't know if they're a national chain, but we had Karma Records. Do you remember them? And they were always the ones that did the ticket sales. This is like, you kids today, listen, you have no idea, okay, about buying concert tickets. Back in the day, there was no Ticketmaster. There was no waiting online, okay? You had to sleep outside, like seriously sleep outside. And nobody was bringing tents, okay? We were sitting in folding chairs and walking around and meeting the people. That's how you met friends back in the day, okay? I was so impressed when I saw there was this big group of people, all of them together waiting to get into the Ulta to meet Jaclyn Hill. I was like, they became friends. And she said that in the thing. She was like, we all became friends through this like staying outside, sleeping outside, you know, overnight to meet Jaclyn Hill the next day. So it reminded me of back in the day, my friends going to Karma Records, and we were trying to buy tickets for like Soul Asylum and In Excess. I remember one night we stayed out, like, I had to lie to my mother and tell her that I was at a good Judy's house. She didn't believe me. She found out the next day. She was like, a friend of mine drove by and saw you outside that Karma Records. That Karma Records. My mother used to say that. If there was something my mother didn't like, she always put that in front of it. So-and-so saw you in front of that Karma Records. And I was like, well, I was buying tickets to go see In Excess. And she's like, well, you're not going. I got my tickets. I stayed up all night long. I didn't even get to go to the In Excess concert. So anyway, but all my good Judies did. What was his name? What was his name back in the day? Oh my God, that lead singer. Okay. So anyway, I reached out to a bunch of people and they sent me all kinds of information about it. And the first thing they sent me, most of them, was this screenshot of what Ulta had put out on social media, as well as what Ulta had put in their stores and on their website and things like that. And what it is it's Jaclyn's picture, and it says, because it was at Ulta, but it was like sponsored by Morphe. I mean, of course, or organized by, why wouldn't it be, like, right? Okay, I think. So if I'm wrong, put it in the comment section below, the conversation section. So it says, Morphe, come see Jaclyn Hill and get your hands on the Vol eyeshadow palettes, the Deeps. Ulta Westridge Court, Saturday, September 8th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Meet and greet. First 100 babes in line will meet Jaclyn Hill from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And 25 additional lucky guests will win the chance to meet Jaclyn Hill via scratcher cards. Plus, there will be a limited number of pre-signed pallets available for purchase. And then it says, book it, babe. And call Ulta, that has the number, to make an appointment and score a signature eye look using your fave eyeshadow palette from this epic collab. More good stuff. Get a free gift with your Morphe purchase. $25 purchase plus free Morphe premium lashes and romancing. $60 purchase plus free Morphe high impact highlighter and extra mini blush. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So that's what the thing says, right? So it explains what's going to happen. So all these people had all these issues with it, right? So I reached out to a couple people. I noticed that somebody said in there that they had no issue whatsoever. So I explained who I was. I think she's probably like, who is this person asking me about my Jaclyn Hill meet and greet? So she responded, she was very nice, and she said her meet and greet went amazing. Now, the one thing I want you guys to hear, okay, and the 3 people that I'm going to read, and I have to tell you, I probably got 20 messages, and they literally all said the same thing, was that the details are always exact, okay? Like, it goes exactly how they all say it in here. Her meet and greet went amazing. As for the people complaining, if they had done their research about it, they would have known only the first 100 people got in, and that the next 1,000 people, because I think there was like 1,000 people there, so the first 100 got in, but after that it was like 900 scratch-off tickets. And, okay, so the first 100 got in, and that the next 1,000 people got scratch-off tickets, and 25 of those tickets were to be able to meet her as well. My friend and I slept on a concrete sidewalk and were numbers 125 and 126. Now, you want to tell me that would not suck, okay? You could tell me I was number 104 and if somebody went to the bathroom, I might stay. But if I was number 105, I'd hit it for the night. I'd be like, oh no, I'm not waiting for this meet and greet for a scratch-off ticket. I ain't got that kind of luck all day long. My friend and I slept on a concrete sidewalk and were numbers 125 and 126. So no, we didn't get wristbands, but we both ended up winning the scratch-offs and got to meet her. The people who are complaining most likely didn't spend their entire night sleeping on the concrete to see Jaclyn, so I really don't think there's room for them to complain. That was a common thing I saw in all of these, especially when she went out after her meet and greet to meet the people outside and take pictures with them that didn't get in. She was very generous to do that. So that was the very first thing I got, and I thought that was really an interesting comment. The next comment that I got said, hi Peter, sorry, but this is just getting extremely frustrating to me. I was the first person in line for the meet and greet. The first? Girl, I've never been first in my entire life. Now, if you're first to my videos on here now, I've been trying to go in and see who the first comment is, because I can actually see the very first comment on my comment creator app, and then I go in there, and if you're the very first comment, I go, first, yay, first to drama class. So if you make it first to drama class, you're going to get noticed. So you're going to want to come over here and be first, of course. Hi Peter, sorry, but this is getting extremely frustrating to me. I was the first person in line for the meet and greet. I got there at 1 p.m. Friday afternoon, the day before, almost 24 hours in advance. Well, I guess it was 24 hours in advance. I knew it was going to be busy, hence why I got there 24 hours before the meet and greet. These girls making these videos got there an hour before thinking they would get into the meet and greet is absolutely absurd. We have a whole group text between a bunch of us who met in line, and we are all talking about this. I want the actual truth out there. Jaclyn was only scheduled to do the meet and greet for those 100 people who got wristbands from 2 to 4 p.m. After the meet and greet, she went outside and stood another 3 hours meeting all those without wristbands. She was completely selfless in doing this. I cannot stand here and watch these girls try to slander her like this when she did all these amazing acts of kindness. So I don't know what their experience was. Maybe these other girls had completely different experiences. Maybe they were number 44 and 45 in line. I don't know, okay? I'm not going to speak to that. I'm only going to speak to the messages that I received and read them for you guys. So then she goes in here and she reads some comments that I guess were on like one video. And she says to this person, something to the effect of, but you literally came an hour and a half before they passed out wristbands. Why some people waited 24 hours and you think you're going to get one? The funniest part is when you said, I've been here all day. 4.5 hours is all day. I'm dying. Oh, okay, I'm not going to continue to read the comment. And then they go in here, and it's like 2 of them say, she agrees with these comments. She said to me, I completely agree with these comments. Okay. And then she said, I stand by what these girls say 100%. If you want the real truth, those 2 comments are the truth, okay? At the meet and greet, we were only supposed to get about a minute per person to meet her. Since I was the first person, I went up and just lost it. I started crying as soon as I met her. She spent 10 minutes with me trying to calm me down as I had a full-on anxiety attack. She even went so far as to give me a free palette signed and my best friend a signed palette because of how touched she was. Her team was nothing but generous and kind people. I'm hoping you can articulate my frustration to words to explain the situation. I'm not good at explaining these types of things like you are. Her meet and greet, oh no, this is the other person's, her meet and greet went amazing. So I wanted to get on here and I wanted to read those and kind of explain, you know, some of the comments behind there. Now, I know that there are different people out there, like she was responding to the comments that people had left that have had different experiences. I don't know what those people's experiences are, but I'm just going on here to speak for these people that messaged me because they wanted their truth to get out there. So, I went in here and this other person, girl, you can talk, okay? So she said, okay, so first, this is like the most detailed of all of them. Ready? Okay, so first, Ulta is the one who organized it. The reason it was this Ulta is because it's a corporate store, and from what I was told by employees, Morphe and Jaclyn requested that store. The Ulta opened at 11 a.m., not 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is when they were handing out the wristbands. I got in line at 3 p.m. on Friday, almost 24 hours before. I had called ahead of time to get all the info and got my own personal life in order to make sure I could camp out if that's what it was going to take to get a wristband. And for the record, LOL, I used... Can you even imagine? I mean, let's just talk about this for a second, okay? Jaclyn, oh my God, nobody's camping out to meet me. I wish, that would be so fantastic. I'd come out there and I'd say, come on, let's all go to the Chinese buffet. Who'd care to camp out in this weather? Come on. We'll all drive around and do a car vlog or something. So she said, to make sure I could camp out if that's what it was going to take to get a wristband. And for the record, LOL, I used to make fun of people for camping out on Black Friday, and I've never done a camp out before, but it was a lot of fun. Most of the people that appeared in Jaclyn's Snapchat, I had met them in line and became friends with them. So it's cool. Like, it's a building of kind of a community of fans. I like that. I think that's cool. So a little later, another girl got in line, and she drove 7 hours to get there. There were people that brought tents. I ended up sleeping in my car for a few hours, and it was not raining all night. It stopped raining around 4 or 5 on Friday, and was in the 70s on Saturday. The biggest issue that we saw was people who were line jumping. Which caused a big problem for those who were in the back of the line, and that is way more understandable than someone getting there at 7:30 a.m. on Saturday. Does it suck that everyone didn't get to meet her? Of course. However, Jaclyn did come outside after the event to say hi and take pictures with every person who was still outside in line. When I had finally gotten done meeting her, it was already 2:40 p.m. and I was 10th in line. The event was from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., so it was going to take her a while to meet with 125 people. But she still came outside to say hi to those who waited. I understand the disappointment, but don't blame it on Ulta or Morphe or Jaclyn. Many of us who were waiting in line, including myself, put in over 12 hours of waiting in line to meet her. And at the end of the day, these brands and celebs don't have to do this at all. They didn't have to set this up, and they also didn't have to do giveaways, but they did. These girls are being salty as hell. They took the time off of work and drove the distance, but if you're going to do all of that, then why didn't you take the time to get the info you needed to just figure out if it would have been worth it or not? It's no one's fault that these girls didn't get to meet her, and they need to quit pouting and deal with it. I'm 32 years old, and I've had to learn how to deal with disappointment. It's part of life, and it builds character. For once in my life, I was finally in the right place at the right time. That's so true, isn't it? Like, just... You know, sometimes you miss out on a lot. Sometimes you're at the right place at the right time. That's really true. I like that. So no, I don't think they should be complaining. Honestly, I would do this over again in a heartbeat. I had a blast camping out. I made new friends with some amazing people, and I got to meet the one and only Jaclyn Hill. Faint! A million faints! Okay. Did you faint a million faints? Also, one of the girls showed us the Instagram for Jaclyn's new man, and we saw, okay, so she goes into this whole thing about that. I am not going to discuss that, okay? If you want to go read on the Twitter thread and everything else about Jaclyn's supposed new man, you can go find out that information. I'm not going to address that until she comes out and starts talking about it herself. Okay, wait, let's go. Okay, oh, this is where she talks about the security guards. I want to read this. I thought our security guys were hot as hell, haha. Bottom line, everyone with Morphe and Ulta were amazing. We watched them set up the store while we were in line, and a lot of the Ulta employees didn't leave until like around midnight and got back around 6 or 7, I believe. A lot of work went into this, regardless what people are saying. And then she goes in here and she sends me pictures and she sends me Snapchats. These are the makeup stations for Morphe. People could book an appointment with them to get only their eye makeup done. It was free, which I thought was really cool. Then she sends me a picture of the wristband. The wristbands all had numbers on them as well. Once they handed them out, you could leave. They wanted you back by 1 p.m. When you came back, they put you in line in order. So I was literally first come. It was literally first come, first serve, which was great. And then she's got a picture of all of the girls with all the wristbands together. It's very sweet. And then she said, this was my group. I camped with these amazing girls, or I camped with, and these girls were amazing. And then she says, I'm the one. And then she tells what she's got on. When we got in the when we got back in line later, you could see security by the door. So she's got a picture and it's got security by the door. And then she shows this video when Jaclyn shows up. Should I? Okay, so it's real short. You can't really see anything. You were in the back, girl. You had a wristband. You can hardly even see her. She said, and they had signed pallets put aside for those of us who had wristbands. They also did giveaways for signed pallets too. So a lot of work really did go into this meet and greet. Sorry I'm saying so much, but I want to be accurate and make sure you get as accurate info as possible. And then she goes on here and says all this kind of stuff. If you have any other questions. The info was at the Ulta right above her and Cap, plus it was on social media. I agree they could have made it a bigger deal with it because it does seem like no one really knew about it, but still the info was out there. If you want something bad enough, you do what you can to get it. That includes doing your research and seeking out the information. And what did she say? There was one last thing she wanted to say. She said, oh, and one more thing. I noticed some people were saying on Twitter about how the security guys were telling people in line without a wristband that they won't get to meet her. False. I heard the security guys telling everyone that she is known for coming outside to see her fans after an event. So please stick around if you can. So please stick around. I need my readers on. So please stick around if you can so you can meet her. And she did just that. So, you know, what's interesting to me is that I understand that there's a couple disgruntled fans out there that are like, you know, we didn't get to meet Jaclyn, we drove all this way, blah, 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 whatever. But then, you know, like when you step back and you look at it in perspective, it's like, okay, so Jaclyn obviously did the best that she could to make that many people happy, you know? It's like, I don't know, at some point it's just like life is life. It just ain't that deep, you know what I mean? Oh my God, did you see the video? Somebody put all of my clips together of me saying it's just not that deep. I mean, it's not, okay? It's just not that deep. And I'm sorry that people took time off from work to come and meet somebody that they love. I understand that. I'm sorry that not everybody, every 1,000 person, can you imagine if Jaclyn Hill had to sit there for 10 minutes times 1,000? I ain't got my glasses on, I can't do math, but that's a lot of minutes. I mean, seriously, that is a lot of minutes. Somebody put in the comment section below how many minutes that is. Anyway, that's probably why they all start rolling their eyes and shit like that, you know what I mean? Probably they're like trying to get the contacts straight in their eye. Oh, it wasn't even Patrick Starr's fault now looking back. I mean, hell, everybody's saying I'm sucking Jeffree Star's dick in videos and I'm on his payroll and all kinds of stuff like this. I might just come out and start just supporting all the beauty influencers. Hell, why not? I guess, you know? It ain't gonna get me nowhere. Ain't none of them putting me up in videos, so why? It doesn't matter to me. Patrick Starr, no, he didn't roll his eyes. He tried to get something out of his eye. Come on. It's just not that deep, right? So anyway, what do you guys think? Peter, I think, did you just make an 18-minute video about Jaclyn Hill's meet and greet? I sure did. I sure did. Just like, it's just not that deep. It's just really not that deep. So anyway, I think it's nice that Jaclyn Hill did a meet and greet. I'm sorry that not everybody got in there, but this is from 3 different stories, and I can tell you, I probably have 10 to 20 more in my DMs right now that are exactly the same kind of stories. They probably all know each other. They probably already said, we're going to DM Peter Monn tonight. And I DM'd one of them, and then they all sent me the story because it was all the same story. So, to me, okay. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you believe them, or do you think that Jaclyn Hill is just a liar straight from the pit of hell? Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.